The moment that I decided to access services at Preston's Pantry was literally the second time I saw the line out front of the pantry from my window. And it was the produce that I saw in the bags and the things that we couldn't afford to purchase. And I thought of my son. It would be remiss of me if I didn't do everything I could to ensure that he had something healthy to eat. And I crossed the street that moment and walked through the doors. I really liked the organization. And I left that day with an application for my son to be able to access the pantry, and also with an application to be able to volunteer, because I knew it was a place that I wanted to volunteer, and I knew it from day one. My name is Debbie, and I'm a volunteer at Lift Urban Portland. And I also have been a client in the past. I have 4 children, and the oldest is Andrew, and he is 35. There's Kristen, Brooke, and PJ. Andrew has a condition called dystonia, and it is a gross movement disorder. It is actually a sister condition to Parkinson's. I got married out of school, had children, and bought homes. I worked very hard at doing the right things, but life happens. And for me, it was a few things. A divorce that was unexpected, economic decline in the U.S., and I didn't just lose one job, but 3 jobs in a row due to businesses literally closing. As a single parent, I was working 2 part-time jobs that didn't pay very well, and I can recall not being able to juggle the financial responsibility anymore. And this was new for me, and it took my breath away. I just hit it. I didn't know what to do with this. And I can remember not having food in the house. I was a homeowner, but I was choosing to pay the mortgage and couldn't afford to feed the kids. My son, Andrew, was ready to graduate. He had actually gone through college at OSU, but his illness was becoming more prominent and more debilitating. And I remember recognizing he needed more from me and would not be as independent as I had hoped for his future. So he and I together made a decision that we would come down to the Pearl District. He felt he would be very comfortable here and everything was walkable for him. This is where I was at when I moved into the apartment. And the apartment that I moved into actually had a window that overlooked Lift Urban Portland, Preston's Pantry. If it hadn't have been for the day that I walked through the doors of the pantry, I could honestly say I would not have the health that I have today. I would not have the cooking skills. I would not have touched so many lives. I would have not given my son better movement, in a sense, through feeling better, through what he was putting in his body. I would not have paid off so many bills. And so many good things in my life wouldn't happen had I not taken a deep breath and walked through the door that day. And it wasn't easy. It was one of the first times I think I've ever really been open about what we were going through during those years. Okay, so how do you want me to do this bread? Just show me the thin. We have been able to get into a place where we can afford not to access it now and let someone else access the pantry that needs it. Look at all this healthy stuff. Oftentimes, there'll be one of the volunteers that knows, that can relate. So it's just such a safe place for people. Even on the really bad days, it's a safe place. The relief on the faces of the people who come to Lift Urban Portland is just priceless to me, because I know how it feels. I know how it feels to be hungry or not to have anyone to share with. Overall, this is not a judgmental group, and it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what you represent. When you walk through that door, you're loved, and people care about you, and we're so glad that they're reaching out and letting us know that they have a need.